What's up, everybody? This is Nick from Got Your Back Total Health here. Excited to introduce our newest movement modality. We are having our first Capoeira class from Capoeira Social Project. And without further ado, here is Justin from CSP.
Thanks, Nick. Hello, everybody. Super excited to be here. Really glad that, Nick, you reached out to us to get us involved with this project. Capoeira is an amazing martial art that mixes music, language, movement, history, philosophy, all that kind of good stuff together. So what we're going to try to do is give you a little taste of it, okay? For those of you who mostly live in big cities, because that's where you can find a lot of Capoeira, but it's starting to spread, you'll find that there's several different types of Capoeira. Capoeira Angola, Capoeira Regional, and Capoeira Contemporânea, or Contemporary Capoeira. So today, what we're going to do is just try to introduce you to some of the fundamentals. Try to give you an idea of some of the differences, but the real goal for today is to get us moving and to connect our energy with that of the music and the movements that we were doing, okay? So you can see I'm not in a huge space. I wanted to kind of keep it small today because there's a saying we have, quem joga na roda grande, joga pequeno também, which means anybody that can do capoeira in a big space should be able to do it in a small space, okay? Something else my mestre High from Minas Gerais says is capoeira é coisa sério que nós fazemos brincando. So capoeira is something serious that we do by playing. Okay, so something to keep in mind is that this is a martial art. So when we have our arms up in our movements, it's to defend and to attack. Okay, but we are doing it to music, so there is a guiding principle to us. The energy of the music tells us the spirit of the game. Also, you'll find out that in capoeira, your personality comes out in the way that we play. We don't say that we spar, we don't compete. We don't fight, we play capoeira. So you can kind of think this as chess in motion. Okay, so today I'm going to show you a few things that you might want to need. Here in my small office, okay, if you'd like, if you have a yoga block, or I even have my foam roller, it's more of something for height. We're not going to use it for massage. But we have the yoga block here. You don't need them, okay? I have a stool. If you have a chair, preferably without wheels, that can also be helpful. Do you need these things? No. They're going to work out for accommodations as well as a training partner. Okay, just like dancing, okay? Capoeira is considered a dance fight because of the music. And it can be anywhere between some super choreographed, really beautiful ballet almost style movements. It's called the dance of the warrior. Okay, that's one of the things we say. But normally we need two people, just like in dancing for the most part. We have two people. Okay, so I'm going to put on some music here. I picked this today. It's Mestre Ananias. He's a famous mestre from Sao Paulo. He's from Bahia. He moved to Sao Paulo. One of the oldest continuous encounters in the street is in Sao Paulo. My organization, Capoeira Social Project, a small nonprofit out of Baltimore, helped to produce this CD, this recording, and get it made and distributed several years ago. So we're going to listen to that today. It's very classic. It kind of blends the idea of the three capoeira that exist. Get the music. Okay. Do you need a chair? No. But what we're going to use this today for, in a little bit, is kind of a guide, a target. Luckily, we are live. I say luckily because here you kind of have to look at the screen. Okay? So before we get started, I want us to think of an old African proverb, because capoeira is an Afro-Brazilian martial art. Okay? If you can walk, you can dance, you can talk, you can sing. Now, we're not going to be singing today. I'll save you from that. But what I do want you to do is pay attention right now. We're going to walk in our space. And see, my space is only about 3 yards wide by 3 yards. It's kind of small. Okay? So what we're going to do, what I want you to do is just walk. Okay, back and forth, turn, walk back and forth. Okay, you'll notice as we walk, because Seinfeld did an episode about this, but as we walk, my right foot's forward and my left hand, is forward. As I shift the weight and move my left leg forward, my right arm is forward. Okay? Now if we elongate that some, just open up more, really accentuate or exaggerate this motion. Boom. Boom. You can see how left and right are connected in this way. And then when you get to the end, just pivot. Okay, pivot on your toes. This will put less stress on your knees and other joints, the legs. So here, boom, boom. Now I'm almost getting to a lunge. Okay, a little hard with the amount of space. Here's a lunge. Oh my goodness. Boom, lunge. Okay, this here, and I'll spin here. This kind of idea, this lunge with this arm, is the basis of our first movement. Okay, it's known as Ginga, G-I-N-G-A, Ginga. Okay, it has its roots, the name, from a princess or queen in the Angola area of Africa back in the 1500s. Okay, so we're here. Boom, boom. Okay, we'll turn here. This arm is up. We want to defend our face. Remember, this is martial art. At some point, a kick is coming. So we want to defend. Okay? So here's where we get into bodybuilding and different ideas of schools. But I'll talk about that. So come up into a slightly squatted position as we switch our leg, our arm. Remember, we were just walking. Just legs forward. Boom. Only now we have this transitional boom location. Boom. Boom. Okay? So depending on the school you go to, I'm not going to tell you that anything's right or anything's wrong. Okay, there are some schools where we're here. Standing up very straight, legs only a shoulder width apart. Boom. The idea about this hand, though, boom, is the kick's coming. Push it away. Push it away. Push it away. Okay? Or there's some groups, boom, stay very low and open and super wide. Boom. You'll see this right here in what's known as contemporânea. Boom. So I'm back, forward, back, forward. But this requires us to really open our legs more. Boom. So, if you have some tightness in your hips, close your legs. Okay? Boom. Boom. Okay, this is known as the Ginga. Let's stop here for a second. This position is known as Caddera. Caddera is Portuguese. Remember, it's Afro-Brazilian. Brazil was a Portuguese colony before its independence. So Portuguese is the #1 language spoken. So Caddera means chair. Boom, almost like I'm sitting in a chair. So I don't want to be forward. I don't want to be back. Boom, imagine you just sat down in a chair. Type on your computer. Okay? Our hands are in front. Let's come up. Ooh, shake that out a little. Okay? For right now, it's going to be a very leg-centric activity for us to warm up. But let's sway here a little bit. Okay? Just shift your body weight back and forth. What I want you to do, though, is keep your hands in front. There's all kinds of ways you might see this. Different schools are here. Okay. Other schools might be here. Think about having a knife in your hand. Okay, we're not going to do that. It's a martial art. That's what it was used for. Boom. Okay, boom. And then we'll come back to Shinga. Okay, we're going to do 3, and then come back to Caddera, and do this what we call balance. 1, 2, 3. So we come up, boom, 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 and then back. 1, 2, and that was the third one. 1, 2, 3, back. Left leg. Opa. Yeah, there we go. Okay? So we're here in the Shinga. I can't see your legs, but I'm assuming you're doing it properly. Okay, so the next one will come up. Boom, here, defend your face. Boom. Okay? This also, if a kick comes, push it out of the way. Push it out of the way. Okay? Now we'll go my left leg back. Boom. And Shinga. One thing I want to point out, we see Nick and Justin in the studio there. They're doing really well. Let's stop with the leg back. One thing we don't want to do is cross our legs. We also. Okay, both of you are good. Okay? We want to be here. Because if we cross, we take out our center, okay, our access for possibilities of movements and kicks. So we want to be here, boom. We come back up, Caddera, and then back, boom. Switch your arm, Justin. Boom, beautiful, okay? Because that leaves this side. You can almost feel a little stretch here as you lower your hips some. You'll feel this whole side kind of connected. Now, keep your arms where you are and hold this. But I'll show you this right here. What we can notice is this entire side, all our goodie bits, is open. If somebody wants to kick here, there's no way to defend, which is why the way we're set up, the leg that's back, boom. If the kick comes, wow. It's really easy for this arm to come down to defend, or this arm. Okay, so right here. Let's come up. Boom. Boom. And if you fall off with me, it's okay. The important part is to always keep moving. A moving target is a hard target to hit. Now, hopefully, whoever you're playing capoeira with isn't going to try to hit you. But you never know. Okay, so let's stop with the leg back. So for those of you who don't have great flexibility yet, here's where our modifications can come into place. Okay, we're going to do our very first dodge. Okay, before we learn how to kick, I hope you learn how to get out of the way. So, aside from the obvious, which would be just to move backwards and away, okay, that's always your first movement, if you can't remember anything. But we're here in Shinga, okay? We're going to put the hand that is not up all the way flat onto the floor, okay? So I'm going to be here, boom. Now, our knee doesn't touch, which is why I'm saying if your flexibility isn't great, you could use a yoga block right now to help. Because the goal eventually is to have our hand flat and our head defended. Okay? Stand up for a second, shake that out. I know that can be strenuous on your legs and everything. Okay? So we're going to do the other side as well, the same way. This is called an Asciiva. There's going to be a lot of vocabulary, folks. The test in 40 more minutes will let me know if you got it all. But this is called Asciiva, which means dodge. It more or less means dodge. Okay? So I'm here, and I just open my legs some more and drop my hand down. Okay? I say open our legs more because we don't want this. Our butt up, looking at the ground. The ground doesn't kick us. The other people kick us. So we want to be here. Butt down. Okay? We're here. Boom. Okay? Good on that? So come back up. Come back up to Caddera. I just have my left leg back. So I'm going to switch. Was that right? No. I have my right leg back. So now we'll switch sides and do the exact same thing. Boom. And notice here, I'm looking at you. Okay? If my butt comes up, I'll look at the ground. Okay? So while we're here, switch your hands, Nick. Yeah. If you want to put the block will go on the outside of the leg. Boom. Okay? So come up. That was a good 30-second stretch right there. Shake your legs out a little bit. Okay? Loosen up. What we tell the kids to do is get out the willies, right? Shake out the willies. Okay. The more comfortable you get looking dumb by our normal standards, the better at capoeira you can be. Think of Jackie Chan in The Drunken Master. The more you can just whoop, then have a kick come. All right? The more loosey-goosey you can be is better down the road. But let's Jenga together. Okay? Jenga. Boom. Now I'll count out 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do that Skevo. Okay? So go 1, 2, 3. Right now. So we go boom and bring our hand down. Okay? If you have your blocks, awesome. Up. The Caddera. And back to Jenga. Awesome. Good idea, Justin. I just kind of want to do 3 in between. I forgot. I went that way, right? 1, 2, aqui, 3. Boom. Yeah. Up. And Jenga. So, as you get more comfortable with the movement, let's go here. Boom. Something to think about is about trees, right? So, we all know when a hurricane comes through the Mid-Atlantic, a really thin tree that has no roots gets knocked down. So, I'm kind of tall. So if I stay here in the Jenga, I have really good roots. Somebody can easily knock me down. So as we warm up and you get used to it, try to open up more and sit lower. Okay. Okay. Boom. Boom. The wider our stance can be, now we don't want to get so wide we lose control. Okay. But we also don't want to be right here. Okay, so as we start, I like a little bit wider than my shoulders. Okay. Boom. Boom. To help out. This will also help us if I'm here, boom, and I pivot to my right. My legs are just about in the Jenga position they need to be. Boom. Let's do this real quick. Boom. I'm looking at the wall. Boom. Gonna look at this wall now. Okay, it's important to know where your opponent is. Right there. Boom. Right there. Boom. Okay. So we're gonna do some stretches. Stretch out a little bit. Everything we do right now is connected to a movement in capoeira, okay? So, you can see it. Ginga. I'm going to go down to Camel Asciiva. Okay, that dive you just did. Bring one hand to the inside. Now we have both hands on the floor. Okay, same thing. If you can't get both hands, beautiful. You have your block, whatever you might need, okay? If you're not that high, or if you can't get that low, we have a chair, hopefully. All right? Boom. So now bring both hands on the inside. All right? You can get a stretch in here. I have my quad stretching on my left a little bit. And I'm looking at the computer because that's still my opponent. Okay. If you can, you might be able to put your knee on the ground, this knee, if you need to. Okay. Typically in capoeira, it's only our hands, our head, and our feet that touch the ground. Okay, but for an accommodation, if you're not quite there yet, you can put your knee. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down to a slight push-up. As far as you can go down, if you can't, if this is it, awesome. You have something to work on tomorrow. If you can go down here, oh, I'm still looking at you. Okay? And it's another way to dodge. My right foot is forward. So my right hand is going to go up, and I'm going to look at it. A slight turn here of my back. To stretch and breathe. Okay? Down the road, this leg that's on the ground will follow this hand over and be a kick. But that's not today. Come back here, boom. Give it a slight nod to the front, boom. And that's a headbutt. Slowly come up. Woo. I know that was a bit of work. That was one side though. Okay. So we'll do the other side. Right? I was just here. So if I pivot, boom. Primeira Asciiva, what we call first Asciiva. Some groups call it Asciiva lateral, Asciiva do chão. There's different names. Boom, we're here. Try to close your hands. Okay? As the first line of defense, if your hand is open and you get kicked in the small finger, or even jam it, right? Jam it trying to put your hand on the block, it can really hurt and break sometimes too. So try to keep your hands closed. Boom. Okay? Remember both hands to the floor. Look forward. Don't have your knee come over your toes. Okay? Remember, if you need to, put your knee on the floor, you can. Use your block. Both hands on the inside now. Look forward at the wall. Breathe. I'm going to look at the computer now, and I'm going to go down. And there's a lot of things that can come from this movement. Later on down the road, we'll come here, move to here. But for now, as we come up, my left leg's forward, so my left hand goes up and I want to look at it. Try to look over my shoulder. Breathe. Don't make any jerky motions. As this comes back down, boom, in front of my face. Remember, boom, slightly forward, boom, boom. That's it. We call it cabeçada. Come on. Woo. Okay. 25 minutes. Be careful if you're on hardwood floors like I am. If you sweat, it could be slippery. Okay. We're going to learn some more Portuguese vocabulary. CCC, now. Okay? We learned a dodge. We're going to get into a kick. But the kick requires our whole body, including our trunk, okay, our abdomen, and our head. Okay? So CCC. Yes. Okay. Now. Now is Portuguese for no. No. Okay. CCC. No. Now I'm in Caddera just to help my hips a little bit. I need to stretch my hips a lot. I'm a very tight person. Okay, he introduced me as Justin in Capoeira, known as Skevo, which is two types of crab in Portuguese put into one word. Okay, because I'm from Baltimore, like my nonprofit, Capoeira Social Project. We're in Baltimore, and when I started, I wasn't super flexible, so that's where I got the name from. Okay, so while we rock our hips back and forth, okay, don't hyperextend, but if you want to straighten them as we get to here, that's a base for a kick down the road as well. But also while we do that, do 3 shoulder rolls back, and then 3 shoulder rolls forward. Okay, 3 back, boom. 2, 3, 3 forward, 1, 2, 3. Now if you're having difficulty with this, like this thing, that's perfectly normal, okay? We are using both sides of our brain, listening to music, moving. If you want to think about an axis here and an axis here, we're using left and right side of our body, bottom and top of our body, simultaneously, okay? It's not the easiest thing in the world, all right? So right here, play some air keys, all right? Or maybe, it was really hot. Okay, what we want to do here is reach across real quick, just a little bit. What I mainly want to focus on is lowering this shoulder. Don't do this. Okay, we just got to control here. Don't be here, turtle. We need to be relaxed. If you get a stretch in here, that's great. Okay, one thing I want to focus on is trying to control our breathing, staying relaxed while doing something different and new. I say that because when we do capoeira, we train inside of an academy. Okay? When we meet people from other schools, from other groups on the streets, that's when we really play and try and learn capoeira. So if you're tight here, okay, and stay tight here when you meet somebody new, it's going to be even more difficult for you. So you have this option here where you can tuck your thumb in and close. Okay, I prefer just to grab my whole hand. Just a light stretch. We're not yanking on it. We just want to make sure our wrist is a little straight because we're going to do some stuff on our hands on the floor. Okay. Now I know we just did that Asciiva. We put our hand on the floor, but it was not supporting weight. Okay. We're going to do some stuff that supports weight, which is why getting all of these fingers, the thumb included, we're here. Okay, once again, not up, shoulders down, relaxed. Okay, try to keep contact and switch to the other hand. Boom, now pivot. Okay, boom, Shoulder no here. Keep your shoulder lower. Okay. Same thing here. If you want boom, boom, boom to close and then pull down a little bit, I prefer here. Just all my fingers. Preference fine. I feel it a little bit more. I can control it in my opinion. Okay. If you have another stretch you prefer, okay, you can do it yourself. No problem there. Okay. Boom. Let's go here. And up real quick. Focus on posture. Okay. Okay. So we've learned to dodge. So if you have two people, this is where it becomes super fun. Okay. I just have me at the moment. So I'm going to use Mestre Caddera. Okay. Which is going to be master chair. Or I'll show here. Okay, you have anything that's targeted. Okay? So, boom, I'll show you in a couple of different ways. From the side. Okay? My first capoeira teacher used to say, and he was learning English at the time, don't kick dog. Okay? Don't kick the dog. Meaning, you don't want your kick very low here. Okay? Assuming that the dog would be low, you wouldn't want to kick him. Alright? I like dogs, so it's stuck with me. But everybody's body is different. So maybe you can't get much higher than this. Maybe even a yoga block is too high. Okay? Boom. What we want to focus on right now is some leg motion. So before you even do the kick, right here, just standing, lift your right leg. Okay? Now, if you want to be super capoeira about it first, put your left arm in front of your face while you lift your right leg. Okay? If at any time you need to put your leg down, perfectly fine, reset. Let's make some circles. Okay? Outside. Okay? To inside. Boom. Boom. Try to breathe. I think that was 3, 4, 5. Okay? Boom. Same thing, but different. Other side. Okay? So you can see here from the side, left leg's out. My right leg's here. I'm not forward. I'm slightly leaning back. Boom, I'm here. Automatically, to help me with my balance, my left arm is also moving to help with balance. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do boom, boom, boom. One circle, okay, with each leg. As we do it, kick with your right, defend with your left. Kick with your left, defend your face with your right arm. Boom. Okay? Boom. Okay, so you can see from the side. Boom. Boom. All right. Depending on the school you go to, you train with, I say because I'm showing you something outside of my own academy, and honestly, by the end of the summer, we'll be established with our own studio space in Baltimore, and we would have a class for Capoeira Angola, which is a different set of movements and different way of doing things, and Capoeira Regional and Contemporary. Okay, so it's up to you. Do you want to point your toe? The story goes, pointing the toe, because people would hide razor blades in their shoes or in their toes, boom, and that would cut somebody. Okay, pointing up. It's more of the modern style, because you're going to come in with the blade of your foot to maybe hit somebody in the chin. Okay, the lower side is to maybe knock a weapon out of somebody's hand. Boof, boof. Okay, higher would be to try to do some damage. Okay, so with that, we'll go back to Ginga. However you want the Ginga, tall, low, Boom. As we're lower, okay, think about baseball, right? Strike zone is a lot more pronounced here than when somebody's low, right? That kind of idea. I have more to defend when I'm standing up, but I'm also can quickly go away from my opponent. As I'm lower, I tend to go towards my opponent or my partner. So right here. Okay, so I'm going to stop with my left leg back. If your right leg's back, it's fine. Right here, boom. So you can see this from the side. I have my little stool. Whatever you're going to use, boom, I'm here. I step up, boom. I step up with my left. My body weight transitions naturally, just like with walking. It transitions, boom, and I kick over. So we'll do that same side again. Left leg back, step up, boom, boom. Left leg back, step up, boom. Okay? Maybe yours. I don't suggest a chair on wheels for beginners because it moves, obviously. So if you put any body weight on it for other activities, it's dangerous, but same thing. This is just a little bit taller, right? Almost the same height as here, so you can actually use a chair as a progression, a way to measure progression. Boom. Okay, I can kick over this, so now it's something taller. But even still, look. Oh my goodness. If I'm dodging though, boom, it's my exact height. Okay? So left leg back, boom. I'll step up, kick over. Boom. Notice how I'm leaning back, okay? I'm not here. Lots of people tend to have a tendency to lean forward, which really shortens all these muscles. Okay, it gets our face closer to our foot, so it feels better, right? Like, oh my goodness, I can kick so high. But really what we're doing is we're shortening these muscles, causing some issues for down the road when we won't need to do other kicks. So we need to lean back. So if you find, oh my goodness, that's a struggle, turn the chair around, get a different target. Okay? So, let me come back around here. So I want to do the other side. Right leg back. Boom. Okay? Hope you all don't mind the Maryland flag. It's helping you see my chair with the background we have. Okay, so I step up, boom. Notice I'm still defending. As I come up, I switch a bunch. If you're not there yet, that's fine. Okay? It helps with the trunk, torso portion. So we're here, boom. And if you're just here, boom. The whole time, that's fine. Boom. Boom. Okay? And so I give you the same perspective as last time. I'll do here. Boom. Right leg's back. I step up, boom, boom. Okay, so Jenga, back and go. Boom. Boom. Okay. So let's work that together now. Just for the Jenga. Okay, we want to make this very fluid, right? Look, I'm a moving target. Back, forward, back, forward. A kick comes, push it out of the way. Push it out of the way. Now, right now, kick, boom. Doesn't matter which side. Doesn't matter what side. Somebody's coming to attack you. Somebody's coming in. Right here, other side, go. Boom, boom. And we come right back down to base, right? For today, our goal is control. Here, boop, boom, boom. Later we'll get speed, we'll finish someplace else. But we always want control. Okay, boom. Boom. Even if if you notice, I'm picking up a little bit pace. Boom. So we're gonna go again here. Boom. Boom. Again, one more again. Boom. Okay. So what we're gonna do, okay? This last one, because what's dangerous is to go down and to stay down. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go, if you're 2 by 2, that's awesome. You can have one person kick and the other person's going down. Boom, underneath the kick. This happens simultaneously. Okay, for beginners, I like to say, okay, the person dodging goes first, and then the other person kicks. Our philosophy is this. If somebody gets kicked, okay, speaking of control, if somebody gets kicked, they are either A, wanting to get kicked. They purposefully did not get out of the way of the kick. Or 2, they haven't trained enough to have the control to get out of the kick. Normally it's this, okay? But the other side of the coin is the same thing. Whoever kicks somebody, either A, was trying to kick them, which does happen sometimes. It's a martial art, people get heated. Now that's not the way I like to play. I like to have fun. You can almost kick somebody to show them that you could have kicked them. We call it marking, okay? So either somebody wanted to kick another person, or B, the person kicking did not have control to stop their foot, to switch to something else, to avoid contact, okay? But it's both people, just like in dancing, okay? In dancing, if something happens, it's both people's fault for us, okay? So, with that in mind, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to dodge, boom, okay? And then we're going to transition. Boom. Actually, we know what we're going to do. We're going to do here, boom, and then sit on that back foot. Okay. Before you get exasperated thinking, oh my goodness, my knees, that's going to kill my knees, or something else, okay? Right now, my foot is bent. I'm sitting on my foot. And you know what? We'll actually save this for next time, because right now it's hard to see because of the banner, okay? So all we're going to do is we're going to go here, boom, okay? Boom. And then this hand, all right, is going to come here, and we're going to continue going in a circle, what we call hole, okay? So I'm towards the left of my room, because I'm going to go to the right, boom, I'm here, this arm extends to the floor, naturally pulling on. It's impossible for me to do this motion and keep my foot in the same place. So it's going to pull my foot. I'm going to make like a tabletop, hi, and then go back around. Beautiful. Okay? This is called Role. R-O-L-E. Okay? Almost think about it as a roll. Roll. So, I'm going to go here, boom. The kicks come this way. So now I'm going to extend this hand. Hi. Boom. Okay? Don't wave through your legs. That's me showing you to look. Okay? To look. Okay? So what we're going to do actually is going to put these 3 things together. You might say, oh, City Gage or Justin, we haven't trained that thing yet. How am I going to know what to do? Well, that's exactly why we're filming here. Just giving you a taste of what Capoeira class can be like. Even day 1, boom, this is kind of a small sequence. So what we're going to do, we're going to kick, boom, finish here, Go back down, and then do the whole leg. Okay? Just need to, you're gonna kick, boom. So, I'm gonna kick with my left foot. I need to be to the right side of the room for my space. If you have more space, try to be in the middle. So let's just be in the middle. Okay, my left leg's back. Boom. Stop. Up. Kick. Boom. Left leg came up, so it's going to go back. Boom. Now I want to move. Oh my goodness. I ran out of space. I literally couldn't go anywhere. So that same side again. Boom, left leg was there. Boom. Here's my right leg goes back. And things come through. This hand's gonna extend. Boom. Boom. Okay. So I'm here, step up. Boom. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna go that way. I like to introduce this on day one because it requires you to really focus on looking at the screen. Here we go, we'll go here, kick with our right, our left goes back, I'm going to go to my right, I'm looking here, I'm looking here, and then I'm back. Okay? 5. I forget what side I did. I think it's this one. Let's go. Oh. No, it's the same side. So you're here. I'm going to kick with my right now. Kick with my right. Boom. That way. Two more. Right and then left. Okay, here we go. Now the left, now the left. Woo. So, that was Skevo. 4 movements today, folks. Oh my goodness. Skevo. Remember, which is related to the walk. Skevo. Okay. Which doesn't really have a true translation from English to Portuguese. It kind of relates to swing, or we can think of swagger almost. Okay? But that's the basic movement of capoeira. And even in samba music, they call that a ginga too. Okay? So there was ginga, which is like our walk, right? Okay? We did the first Asciiva. Asciiva. Boom, even this pivot. Okay, just to recap all the stuff we talked about today. That goes in the capoeira. Right, so we have what we call meia lua de French. I forgot the name, the kid. Meia lua. Meia being half. Lua being moon. De French. French is in the front. Front, okay? So half moon in the front. Right? Oh my goodness, Caddera. Okay, which in and of itself is a workout. You just want to sit here for a while. I know I need to work on that. Pandemic has, taken away some flexibility, added a few pounds. Okay, so Caddera, defend, boom, boom. Primeiro, meia lua, Asciiva, and then remember, we were here, and that was a whole leg. Okay? Beautiful. Before we get out of here, we still have a few more minutes. We're going to do a little cool down with some stretching, a little bit. But just like our first set of stretching, okay, I'm going to use my wall here. And I'm going to go down to what we call Capoeira. Okay. Now, traditionally, it is a squat. Okay. I'm going to use this as a stretch at the moment. My back against the wall to keep my feet flat. Because my Achilles are very tight. Okay. I had Achilles surgery a few years ago, and it still gives me some issues. So I'm just here at the moment. All right. One thing this also helps with, in Capoeira Angola, there's long songs called ladainhas. They might only be like 15 lines before the chorus, and then you're given permission to start playing. Or sometimes a mestre will sing a ladainha that's like 5 verses long, and be singing, telling a story or philosophy or something for about 5 minutes. And you're sitting there squatting. You're squatting there. Remember, it's considered ugly to put your knee on the ground. So you're not going to be sitting there like this, waiting for the thing to start. Plus, this position, you're not really ready for an attack. So you might be here for some version of this, okay, or here for a long time. So while I said, hey, let's cool down and stretch, you might not consider this stretching, right? But I feel it in my shins. I feel some strain in my quads, okay, in my calves. Boom. But from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to camel, okay? You call it something else in yoga, but the idea here is hands flat, feet flat. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm looking at my knees, looking at my feet. I'm going to go back a little bit. We like to do this walking, okay? So you can really feel it through your side. As I move my foot, hand forward. Oh yeah, right there. Feel it in here, down the back of my leg. Now what I'm going to transition to is plank. Whoa, plank real quick. Okay? Whew. Not here. Remember, let's talk about control. Boom. My butt's not up. Hopefully there's a straight line. I'm clinching my butt together. Now we like to do it with our feet together because this gets us set up to do handstands. So my feet are together. My knees are together. My butt's clenched. My abs are tight. And I'm going to go down here. And then up real quick. Boom. Ooh. Now, we'd like to do a series of those, walking across the floor. However, that might be enough for today, as I see the amount of sweat dripping off of my body, the amount of things that we've gone through today, right? A handful of movements for Capoeira. Oh, okay. So, we did one kick, Melo de French. We did one dodge, known as primeira Asciiva in my group, Oficina da Capoeira. Okay, Asciiva lateral. In some groups, Skevo do chão. Asciiva is what's most important, which means dodge. We saw an unofficial dodge, which is just get the hell out of the way, back up. It's not pretty, and obviously there is a finite space to back up, right? I have a wall on all sides. When we do Capoeira, we're in a circle, usually with either people sitting or standing or a combination. So there's a physical boundary. So backing up can only take you so far. Just like in life, right? If you just keep going backwards and backwards and backwards, you're never going to get better and you're never going to advance in life. So similarly, bring that philosophy into Capoeira. You can only back up so long before you have to face your problems. And lots of times, boom, that's going underneath it and finding a way to go around it. Okay? So that's what we did, right? The Skevo, and then we did whole leg, that little circular movement, all while looking at the computer or our opponent. Now, if you pick some stuff up today and you want to try with your partner at home, whoever it might be, a kid, don't recommend dogs. I train with my dog, but don't want to get them kicked in the face. Okay? For your chair, always look at it because the ground never goes anywhere. The person that you are playing Capoeira with, your adversary, if you want to think of it that way, we like to say partners, parceiro. Your partner does move and is trying to kick you, okay? or at least Mark kicking you, which sometimes is even more embarrassing. Okay, so we also had all the stretches we did. Remember, we just did Camel Asciiva, that Asciiva into both hands on the ground, the little salutation, I think it might be called from yoga, where we spun. All those things eventually will have applications in Capoeira. Okay, many of the things that you see in yoga and Pilates will have applications as well with feet movement and kicks. We'll be back again next week. Okay, I want to thank the Got Your Back Foundation for reaching out to us and giving us this space to do what we love, which is train Capoeira. It was awesome, speaking of the devil, having Nick reach out to us beforehand. I think before he even got involved with the organization, and then once he was there, he thought of us, and that's awesome. We're a small organization out of Baltimore, Maryland, the Capoeira Social Project. COVID's been pretty tough for us because we usually have done our programs in after schools, in cafeterias, community centers in Baltimore, universities. We're at UMBC in Morgan State for a while. All these places have been closed because of COVID, which has given us a lot of time to focus on, other things like grant writing and marketing, and a push to get our own space, hopefully in East Baltimore by the end of summer. So once that happens, we'll have even more things to offer. But we're really glad to be here to show a different way to move your body and, experience something a little bit different that you might not be familiar with.
Awesome. Justin, thank you so much, man. That was great. So again, capoeirasocialproject.org to donate to this awesome organization, and tune in every Wednesday at 11 for more capoeira. And check in this Saturday for Vinyasa Yoga with Heather. And thanks for moving with us today, guys. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Justin.
Thanks, man. Ciao.